Welcome to Byte-Sized Tech. So what's been happening in August 2025? Well, the tech world is moving at lightning speed. We're in the middle of a massive AI gold rush, we're seeing some wild new hardware, and there's a huge political battle brewing over the internet itself. It's a lot. So today, we're going to connect the dots and give you the full picture of where tech is right now and where it's headed.
Here's the game plan for today. First, we'll jump into that AI gold rush. Then, we'll look at how it's changing the actual devices in our hands. After that, we'll zoom out to the global fight for control of our digital world. And finally, we'll wrap it all up with a really practical digital survival guide. Let's get into it.
All right, first up, the AI gold rush. And that's really what it is, a frantic race to build the new engine of the internet. Everybody is scrambling, the competition is fierce, and, the stakes just could not be higher. And this quote right here from Perplexity's head of communications, wow. It just perfectly captures the mood. It's this classic David versus Goliath story playing out in real time. This isn't just about building a smarter chatbot. It's about fundamentally challenging how we get information online. So, who are the big players on the field? Well, you've got ChatGPT-5, OpenAI's new model that is all about one thing: speed. Then there's Google Gemini, and they're playing a totally different game. It's all about deep integration, weaving their AI into everything from their own devices to, get this, potentially even powering Apple's Siri. But here's the thing. There is no perfect AI. Not yet, anyway. It's all about trade-offs. ChatGPT-5 is blazing fast, but some people are saying it feels a little impersonal, maybe less creative. On the other hand, a Gemini-powered Siri would be incredibly seamless, right there on your phone. But it would also mean Apple is relying on its biggest competitor for a core feature. Tricky stuff. So, with all this new power at our fingertips, how do you actually use it without sounding like a robot? The key is to think of it as your co-pilot, not the autopilot. Let it help you brainstorm or generate a solid outline to get you started. Then, after you do the real work, the writing, let it do a final proofread or help you track down sources. It's there to make you better, not to replace you. Okay, so all this AI stuff is cool, but how does it actually show up in the real world? Well, it's changing the physical gadgets we hold in our hands every day. We're seeing three big trends in hardware right now. It's getting smarter, sometimes fairer, and in other cases, just way, way bigger. Let's start with the upcoming iPhone 17. All the rumors are pointing to some big upgrades. Finally, 120 Hz displays on all the models, a new vapor chamber to keep it cool, more RAM, a bigger battery. But here's the kicker. If you're an Android user, you're probably shrugging your shoulders. A lot of these new features have been standard on high-end Android phones for years. Now let's flip the script completely and talk about a totally different philosophy. This is the Fairphone 6. And its whole reason for being is to challenge the way mainstream phones are made. It's not about being a sealed glass box. It's about being repairable, using ethical materials, and being sustainable. And this really shows you the two competing ideas for what our phones should be. On one side, you have the iPhone. It's beautiful, powerful, and completely sealed. If it breaks, you're going to a professional. On the other side, you have the Fairphone 6, which you can take apart with a single screwdriver. You can swap the battery, the camera, the charging port all by yourself. It makes you ask, what do you actually value more? And then we go to the other end of the hardware spectrum, to this, $30,000. Yep, that's the price tag for Samsung's brand new 115-inch micro RGB TV. The picture is supposed to be absolutely mind-blowing, and it kind of points to a future while your whole wall is just one giant screen. Okay, let's zoom out. We've gone from AI code to the phones in our pockets and the TVs on our walls. But now we need to look at the battlefield where all this stuff exists, the internet itself. And this is where things get really intense, with huge fights over regulation, free speech, and who gets to make the rules. At the very center of this fight is the UK's new Online Safety Act. And this thing is a really big deal. It's a massive new law designed to make the internet safer, and it forces platforms to take down illegal content and even verify user ages, with the threat of absolutely gigantic fines if they don't comply. And as you can imagine, this has already kicked off a major international showdown. So back in April, the UK starts enforcing the act. By July, its regulator, Ofcom, starts sending violation notices to US-based websites. But here's the twist. Their lawyer didn't fight back in a UK court. Nope. He sued the British regulator in the United States, basically calling this an attack on American free speech. And caught right in the middle of all this are privacy tools like VPNs, which can hide what you're doing online. As people use them to get around things like age checks, some officials have started talking about regulating them. But as you can see from this quote, privacy advocates are pushing back hard, saying that's a really dangerous road to go down.
And that's really the core of it, isn't it? Where is that line? Everyone wants a safer internet, of course. But the way we're trying to get there is crashing head-on into these really fundamental ideas about personal privacy and freedom. It's a tough balancing act, and right now, things are not very balanced at all. Okay, so after all that talk about AI and global politics, let's bring it all back home, back to you. In our final section, we're going to give you some straightforward, practical advice you can use today to keep yourself safe in this kind of complicated digital world.
Let's start with a number, 15.8 million. That is the staggering number of PayPal accounts that were allegedly leaked on a forum this month. Now, PayPal is saying this is old data, but it's still a massive wake-up call that our personal info is always at risk.
So what should you do right now? First thing, go reset your PayPal password. And if you use that same password anywhere else, which you shouldn't, change it there too. Even better, get a password manager. And please enable multi-factor authentication on every important account you have. It is your single best defense, period. And you know, it's not just about reacting when bad things happen. There are some simple proactive things you can do. Use a surge protector for your expensive gadgets. Always install those software updates. They have critical security patches. If you've got an OLED screen, just be mindful of leaving a static image on for too long. Heck, even just physically cleaning your devices helps them run cooler and last longer.
Which brings us to our final big question. With technology moving this fast, who is actually responsible for our digital well-being? Is it the companies building all this stuff? Is it the governments trying to regulate it? Or in the end, is it up to us? There is no easy answer, but figuring it out is going to define the next decade of our lives. If you enjoyed the episode, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.